Basically, uh, like in encryption, you encrypt the data
Yeah.
and the data will be in unreadable form. Okay. But in order to make that data in readable form, you need a key,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Whereas using encoding as well, you can make the data unreadable. However, you don't need a key for that. You just need to know the method, how you encoded it in order to reverse it. So, for example, in previous days, or for example, if we two have decided that if we want to do encoding, or let's say if we want to do encoding, we will call A as B, C we will call B as C, and we will call D as, or let's say C as D. Okay, so this is our method. So we just keep one letter ahead. So for example, if it is written hello,
Yeah.
how are you? This is the message.
Okay.
What comes after H? I. What comes after E? F. What comes after L? M. What comes after O? P. Right? So we are just keeping like if there is A, we will don't call it A, we will call it B. If it is B, we don't call it B. We will call just add one letter ahead. We call it C. If there is C, we call it D.
Okay.
So H, I, E, F, L, M, O, P, right? So this is written hello. But if I write this message, will you able to read it or understand it?
No, we can't.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is the message, complete message. So this is what encoding is. Now I don't need a key to decrypt it. I just needed to know the method, how they are doing it, and once I know, I am able to convert it to the actual method, right? In previous days, some people what used to do is if they have to give a secret message, they basically pinch holes in a newspaper alphabets. Okay. And whenever person will receive the newspaper, he will just have to put in front of sun and he can see all those holes and he can convert or basically make the message what they are trying to give it to them, right?
Okay.
So that's how they can communicate. Do you know about Morse code? In World War II, Morse code has been used. Okay. So this is, have you seen some movies in which they basically tap their fingers and they deliver message or blink their eyes? The person who got kidnapped, he will just blink their eyes and using that
Yes.
blinking method, they are transmitting the messages, right?
Yeah.
Some use usually in ships they use beeping method like beep 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 beep. So this type of, and from those beeps and taps they understand what alphabets they are giving and what message they are trying to deliver, right?
Okay.
So this is again kind of a method of communication. Similarly, there are different type of encoding in which these are the just techniques which convert data. However, you don't have to have a key to decrypt it. Okay, you just need to know the method. So there are URL encoding. What they do is if you have written /r, it is converted to this. If there is a space, it is converted to %20 or plus sign.
Space.
If it is question mark, it is converted to this. If there is and, it is converted to this.
Mm-hmm.
Equal to is converted to this. Right? So these are the some examples of URL encoding. Similarly, there is ASCII encoding. There is double encoding. What do you mean by double encoding? For example, double URL encoding. For equal to sign is converted into %3D, right? However, percent sign is also converted into %25,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Okay.
And then there is 3D in the back. So this is just a equal to sign. However, double URL encoding is used in order to convert the content from this to this. So it will become more unreadable.
These things are
Okay.
coming in URL. Huh?
What?
These things are coming in URL for some
Yes,
percentages.
these type of characters are coming in URL encoding.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Similarly, if there is HTML encoding, if there is a greater than sign, it will convert it into AND GT,
GT.
less than sign and LT, and percent sign and AMP, quote into quote, single quote into this. So
Mm-hmm.
this is comes under HTML encoding. Similarly, there is ASCII encoding and many more. Base 64 encoding.
Okay.
So we have Burp Suite. It has a inbuilt feature to decode content. So for example, this is a decoder. Okay. If there is written a bin, okay. And if I want to encode a bin into URL encoding, it is converted like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
If I encode it in base 64, so mostly how you recognize if there is it is in URL, you will mostly see percent signs
Uh-huh.
in URL encoding, right? If it is in base 64, you will see equal to sign at the end, usually, right? If it is, let's say HTML, is there HTML? Here it
Yeah,
is.
HTML.
If there is HTML, you will see end percent sign, right? So by looking at these symbols, came to know, you can recognize what type of encoding it is,
Okay.
right? So for example, if I have encoded you into a base 64 and then did a double encoding and converted into a URL encoding. Now, if I want you want to decode this particular content by looking at the percent, you can came to know, okay, this could be a URL encoding. So I will first going to with URL.
Okay.
Then you will receive this content. By looking at dual equal to signs, you will think, okay, this is a base 64 encoding. You will click on base 64. And then there is your result,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
right?